I think there was two factors, and this is one of the factors, that we've turned everything into a rings discussion. I've participated, we all have participated in the media. That's one factor. Look, the dynamic between he and Russell Westbrook is another factor, but I do think this plays a part. Nobody wants to retire, have a great career, and then spend the rest of their life answering, I didn't win a title. Well, hell, because I didn't get to play with everybody or the situation wasn't right. I was in Oklahoma City and we had some cap issues. It was a small market. You can't be Reggie Miller anymore. You can't be these guys that stay in one. Dominique Wilkins stayed in Atlanta, I think, for the entirety of the important part of his career. You can't be those guys anymore.
I totally disagree. I think Michael's a great writer. I totally disagree. Mobility is not new. Here's something studies have proven. Cool kids know they're cool at 6 years old. A kid knows he's socially accepted or not. Kids get shy quick. They get verbose quick. Talented people know early. Kurt Cobain, I'm better than Aberdeen, Washington. Columnists, I should be national, not local. Bands, we can play with the Beatles. Talented people have always moved and been willful and aspirational in music, politics. Why does the local senator run for president? Because he watches. Ego. Well, but that ego is often founded on, I'm in a room with them.
It has to do with the boys in the band in the locker room. It has nothing to do with the fans wanting to move, the press, media. It has nothing to do with that. Kevin Durant, I go to Michael Jordan's parties in the All-Star break. And Kobe's there, Michael, Carmelo, everybody's there.
Just dropped here.
Yeah, just dropped. But what I'm saying is, when they, I'm not in the caliber of those players, but I am invited to the party, and when they start talking trash amongst each other, I shut the hell up. Carmelo shuts up. KD, they all be quiet. You can't say nothing because they don't have any jury. He was 9 years in OKC. Went to the finals. They let the beard go. Had an opportunity to get back, lost 3 in a row. They let Serge go. The Oklahoma City, you got to look at Kevin looking at his team that he's been devoted for 9 years. They thought, hey, we're a low market. We're going to get a lot of money with these two individuals being superstars. And he's like, I need more than just to be a superstar.
That's right.
I want to try to win. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fellas hanging around each other. Eddie knows right now in the back of his mind, he better than me. Because why? He got jury. And I don't care about how many points I had or he had 50 in college. It doesn't matter. He's got jury. That's why I always say it. I'm a Cal State Fullerton guy. They always put me, you're the best. No, I'm not. Bruce Bowen is the best. He has the jury that I can never get and I want. And that's what Kevin Durant
players,
wants.
that's a real thing.
I don't think he was pressured by anybody to make this move. I think it was all his decision. At the end of the day, he was just unfairly criticized for the move.
Yes.
I think you have the opportunity to move somewhere, a better city, if you want to say that city's better than OKC, in a bigger market, if you want to say the Bay Area is a bigger market, and play with better guys. If you go to a job and you have better coworkers, you guys don't have better job and better production. What's wrong with that? And you're making more money, and you have an opportunity to bring more light to your skills. And you're having fun.
By the way,
that's the thing. He's having fun out there.
Moses Malone did this. Shaq did this.
Charles Barkley did it.
But it's the
twice.
I mean,
he did it twice. Went to Phoenix and then he went to Houston.
This league
with Scottie Pippen.
This league has been run for the last 30 years by shoe companies and agents. Agents and shoe companies said, Shaq, big fella. Orlando, L.A. Is that pressure? Sometimes you're too big for the room. KD was too big for OKC.
There's been about 3 times where the number 1 or number 2 player has moved, and teams have moved him. One, Milwaukee Bucks moved Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the number 1 player then. You can say Shaq was maybe the number 1 player when he moved from Orlando until Los Angeles at the time. This is just the flip side of it. This is a player. We have the rights now. We didn't have those rights then.
And that's the problem. A lot of the owners are getting upset at the fact that the players have the power now to make these moves, and it's taken away from them having all of the power. That's the most important thing, and that's the problem with everything right now.
I have a problem with him moving to that particular team.
Why? That's where he
was an easier path. Look, if those group of players were in Milwaukee, he would have moved there.
Yeah, I mean, you can't live in the moment. Kevin Durant, in 48 hours, rips up his knee. Oh, LeBron and the Cavs are back. History's going to be really kind to him. When Jack Nicklaus played, people didn't like him. A lot of people. They liked Arnie Palmer. When Ali fought, A lot of people didn't like him. My dad liked Frazier. A lot of people didn't like Ali. I saw Ali lose to Frazier, get his jaw broken from Norton, lose to Jimmy Young. Okay, history's going to look back at LeBron when he's out of his prime, and we're going to go, oh, he's #1 in everything. He's going to be #1 in final appearances, MVPs. Now, he may not get a 6th title, but just remember all the difference makers, politically, sports, art. They had a lot of critics in their prime.
I think that LeBron James is going to look back with regret, just purely on basketball. I'm not going to say he's going to say it's a mistake, but if he wanted to really catch MJ, I think he needed to trim his focus, narrow his focus. I think being a business mogul, being a movie maker, being an activist now, being involved in charity work and a philanthropist, I think he did more things than MJ in his prime. MJ sold shoes and played basketball, and that was it. LeBron in his earlier career, if he had just had a much more narrow focus just on basketball, I think he would have called MJ. I don't think he can do it now.
Well, because of the internet and the technology, we see more stuff that LeBron is doing. Obviously, Michael was doing charity work and all that other stuff. We just didn't see it as much, and maybe he didn't need to publicize that. He can't catch MJ. 0 losses in the finals, never been to a 7-game. When you come to statistics, I said it when this gentleman came into the league, he would be the best scorer and most points and rebounds and assists in every position, every facet. Because of the way he came in, he's an 18-year-old kid. He's going to fluctuate his through. He's going to play longer than Jordan. His body is bigger than Jordan. He's more durable. That's what's going to happen. Then Kevin Durant is going to overlap him because he started this league coming out 23, 25 points a game. He just scored more opportunities to score, and Kevin Durant is a scorer. So I don't think he can catch MJ. He's going to catch him statistically wise, but as far as damage of work and also not being able to lose, I thought Russell could never be caught because of 11 championships, but he lost some championships, and Michael has never done that.
When we're defining legacy, what are we talking about? Are we talking about philanthropy? Are we talking about being an activist? Are we talking about finals? Are we talking about points? What are we defining? Because he's surpassed Michael as far as being in the community, being an activist. He's passed him on that.
Talking about basketball.
Yeah, okay, so we talking about basketball. What defines your legacy? Is it rings or is it points?
It's not just rings. If it was, Barkley wouldn't be talked about.
Or we talk about Bill Russell as the GOAT.
That's right.
But he's never in the conversation. So it's a combination of rings and points. Now, when you talk about that, he's going to blow out every stat that Jordan has. LeBron is surpassing by so many. I don't think anybody will ever be able to touch those.
How about this stat? Eyeball test.
The eyeball test, I mean...
Yeah, bigger, stronger, faster.
Bigger, stronger, faster,
LeBron.
but Jordan is the closer of all closers. That's the one thing Jordan did. Went to 6 finals, didn't lose, 6-time MVP.
Yeah.
And LeBron got 3 MVPs.
Here's my eyeball test. Jordan quit in the middle of his career. LeBron didn't. How would Jordan have handled social media?
I got one for you, Jay. So listen, Joe Montana...
Colin.
He quit because of...
We don't know why he quit. That's
Exactly.
never been defined. Tim Grover has published it, that a year before he quit, he didn't tell the Bulls anything. There's been gambling rumors. I don't think it's fair. There's his father. Tim Grover said he wanted to try baseball. There has never been a definitive...
But he can't retire and come back?
Okay, but if you're...
How's that a knock against him?
Okay, you just said eyeballs. Eyeballs. One guy quit. LeBron has been to 7 straight finals.
One guy retired.
Why?
And again, the eyeball I'm talking about is like, you sit him on the court, who's the better basketball player?
I think overall LeBron is the better basketball player. Overall.
Michael's the better scorer.
He could pass better than him.
I found the 2 people who definitely need LASIK.
No, he could pass better than Jordan could pass. He could do a lot of different things better than Mike.
He's faster, he's stronger.
So is it the rings or what? Because if it's just rings, then it's Joe Montana's the best quarterback, right? But they argue that Tom Brady's but he has 2 losses. In the Super Bowl.
I don't understand this.
So if it's just the clean record, then it has to be Joe Montana and not Tom Brady.
What is this?
But that's the argument.
What is this? This network has been built by the Murdoch family. Have they not had a business that didn't exceed expectations? Like, what businessman's like perfect? What president
Michael
gets...
Jordan?
man.
And again,
He's perfect. That's my agreement.
okay, he's
that's my
perfect
fight
in the
with him.
finals. Yeah, but he couldn't get out of the first round.
Boston, he couldn't beat Boston. He couldn't beat Detroit.
You guys are all
he had problems. You
paralyzed
guys
by
are forgetting about
perfect.
just the
Listen, man, I'm not even a Michael Jordan fan.
Oh, brother.
No, I literally.
6-0 was beautiful, though.
I called him hot air his entire career. I'm a hardcore Pacer fan, Reggie Miller and all that. I didn't like, but I'm not going to disrespect what the man did on the court.
Yes.
It's unblemished. It's one of the most remarkable things we've ever seen.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, and it's not a knock on LeBron. It's more remarkable than what we've seen from LeBron.
So Joe Montana should be the best quarterback. He's 4-0 with 3
I've always thought John
MVPs.
Elway was.